Hey everybody, welcome back to the stream. It's Minecraft time again. We're back to work on our big old city we've been working on. I've been off stream a little bit, building up this little barrier out here, kind of the wall for this side of the city. So that way, this gate over here actually makes sense. That's not what we're working on today, but I am going to go ahead and finish up just this little bit of section of just kind of, obviously this isn't the final design of the wall. It's just some marker for where we're going to put the wall. Whoops. But I just want to go ahead and get this in here so that way I had that visual representation of where the wall will be. Yeah, it's big. It's okay, this district of the city is intended to be separated from the rest. And, we didn't finish out the wall coming out this direction. We had set up this area here with the pathway going up that way, but we didn't finish the wall here. Of course, we'll have to, make some changes to make sure that this is all actually like a defensible wall. And then people can't just jump over the wall. But we'll get there. That's a later date development. We'll take care of that later. For now, today my plan is to start working on the old prison over here in the Seaside district. It's not going to be super huge or anything, but it does have this fancy little cave here, which is going to be kind of where a lot of the cells are going to be. And then we've got this section down here is going to be a bit of a dungeon-y kind of situation. Obviously I put a spawner down in there already. That'll be fun to mess with. So we've got this space marked out for where that prison's going to be. This building will be blown up when we're finished with it. We were originally going to do that with this one, but I decided not to. And instead just kind of built it into being like right on the edge of what was broken. Just because, damn, I was really happy with how this came out and I didn't want to blow it up. If y'all didn't see the previous week's videos, we worked on this, what is now a cathedral to the cult of the necromancer, but at one point would have been just the town's meeting hall, or potentially a church to another god, but, now it's not. It's nothing super crazy, but it is probably the most detailed thing I've built in the city so far. So I want to try and keep this kind of vibe going for this whole district. I want something kind of similar to this vibe. I mean, obviously we've been doing that there too. That's kind of how I want this whole section to be. We've got the old section of town here where everything's like simple, a little bit of stone, a lot of wood, especially this area here where there's the whole wooden upper sections and then just the deep slate tile lower sections of the buildings. So we're going to try and keep that vibe for this district here, this like dockside area. And then for the seaside area, which is this half of this part of the city, we're going to go with this fancier, more decorated stonework area. These aren't final floor plans of these buildings. They're just kind of marked out locations for where I'm going to put things. This stone barrier around the outside is going to be like military fortification structures. Again, that's not like an actual floor plan. That's just an earmarked area for that to go. So we're going to go ahead and get started on this. I don't exactly know how big I want it to be. I think I want it to be kind of a lower building, like a shorter building. It is a prison. I was thinking about making it 2 stories above, so that way we could have like the low security can be like kind of in the upper floor up here. And then, there'd be like the offices and everything and like intake and all that stuff down here. And then we've got the more higher security cells down here and then the isolation area down here. I can't remember the proper word for that for some reason. I think it starts with an S, but my brain is just going, I don't remember that word. Which I guess that's a good thing. I don't know. Anyway, I want to do a corner entrance for this building as well. Or at least doors on these 2 sides right here. Kind of right in here and right in here. As this is, we got this pathways kind of converging here. And this is the main road through the city. Which is going to loop all the way around the entire thing. Outside here, past the warehouse district area. It's going to go all the way out around and around the bay to the rest of the city that we build. Because this city will be taking up the entire bay that we are sitting on. It's going to be going all the way around, all through here, all out this way, and all the way back around to the areas that we have started to prep for more buildings. This central section here is something I can't wait to get working on. That's probably going to be a springtime project. It's going to be this area here. There's a lot I want to do in that space, so it's going to take quite a while to get all that done. I did have some initial pathways laid out, but I have removed all of those, so that way we can adjust things, because the plans for this area have changed a bunch as we've been building out. As the way I'm approaching this project is I have like a rough plan for what I want in each area, and then we're doing like the fine detailing. You're getting to see that all on stream because I'm working everything out as I go. I'm working out all the designs and stuff while we stream. I want people to see the whole process instead of just kind of throwing stuff in there and being like, look what I did, and then not having any background for how it happened or why or what's going on. I'm not that kind of person. I want people to be able to see everything, and like, maybe it'll help inspire you to design some stuff or learn something along the way. Maybe you'll see something that I didn't like that you do like. Who knows? I do like to change what I'm doing as I'm going. I do have, of course, like the main idea of having this being the main road. Now, through this part of the city, it is just the same as all the other roads in width and size, and scale and everything. But I am probably going to do a little bit of some changing to make it a little fancier. And then, of course, as we come down into the Seaside District, we've gone away from this inset roadway, which I'm actually not a huge fan of, but I was just doing so that we'd have some more depth in here, and because originally I had planned to make this more grid-like in this area, but we wound up not making it grid-like at all, and instead making a very convoluted pathway with angles and stuff, which just didn't work with that path design. So we're going to be moving over to just having surface roads here, like this. In this district in particular, they're going to be this way, but of course in the other parts of the city, I actually wanted to do more like this here. Wish I had. This was just a bit of a tester, but we're going to do this for the main roads moving out of this district of the city. Okay. Also, I need to come up with some better terminology here, because I'm calling this a district, but then also that a district, but then this whole thing a district, right? And it's not working. Okay, so we've got like neighborhoods, really. So like this, everything from that wall that we built over there, all the way out to this building here, and then this peninsula that comes in, and let's see, it stretches all the way out to this whole area here, and then that top of that mountain. That's all one district. All right, so that is the old district of the city, the original heart of the city, right? Then we've got this neighborhood here, I should call it. This section here is going to be the Dockside Neighborhood. Okay, we'll go with neighborhoods. I'm gonna have to make sure I stick to this. All right, so we got the Dockside Neighborhood. We've got this park here, kind of in the center. We've got the Seaside Neighborhood. I should probably change the title of our stream, but I'll go ahead and do it on the VOD, and we'll leave it up for the stream for right now. Okay, and then we've got this area here on top of this mountain. This is the Citadel, right? Okay, this is the Citadel. This is our big upper fortress kind of area here. And then, of course, underneath, all of this is the Undercity, starting with this, the Under Citadel, right? Makes sense because it's underneath the Citadel. Boom. And then as we come around through here, we're back up into the Citadel, right? Oh, fantastic. Okay, and then it happens to drop down here as well. And we do have a pathway right there that connects. All of this is the Undercity. The Undercity section, the Undercity is just going to be one big incorporated thing, primarily in this area and that other area that we just looked at. And that happens to be underneath a big chunk of the Citadel as well, but it's not the direct space underneath, so we're not going to call it that. And that's all just going to be the Undercity. Okay. And the further down chambers are going to be referred to as the caverns. Okay. It's a big cavern network. And then we've got this area here, which is going to be a part of the Undercity. But this we're calling the reservoir because, it's got a giant water reservoir in it, right? So that's going to be like the water supply system for the city. You can see we've got a lot of drains down into this area. We'll be adding some piping and things like that to make it look more realistic, okay? And then there's one more undercity section, which is a little bit separated from the rest, and that's over here. And this is the old mines. This abandoned area now. Well, actually, the upper area is rather abandoned, but this area down here is going to be the old mining section. So this is going to be like smaller homes and things like that scattered all around in here. And of course, there is still water draining through here. That, if you go down this direction, through this tunnel here, we'll be running some pipe work and things to make that water actually move down here to where it does meet up with the reservoir. Okay, so everything is interconnected through these tunnels that we've been building up all around. Even, yes, to the Undercity and Under Citadel. Let's get that spectator mode. There we go. Boom. You can see we've got a tunnel over there, and we've got tunnels over here. There's that one there, a little spit of a tunnel that we just went through earlier. We've got the tunnel up here. We've got these tunnels up there. There's an extensive tunnel network, and of course it all interconnects through here into the Undercity. So this is going to be our kind of, super confusing maze network of tunnels, but the more time you spend here, the less confusing it gets. And, of course, I'll be labeling things and making it a little bit easier for people because, hey, we don't want it to be too hard. But I also do want you to be spending a lot of time kind of wandering and exploring things and coming up with finding secrets and little quests and things to do all along the way. Because, yes, the idea is to make this a server that everyone can actually interact with. Currently, it is just on a realm right now, actually, because we're keeping it very small, so we didn't see a need to set up all the whole business for an actual full-on server. But we will be doing that with plugins and things to make it so that there's kind of like a bit of an RPG thing going on and a lot of heavy roleplay and questing elements, because that is something that I am interested in, and I want to do that, so we're going to. Okay, so the prison. The main building is going to be structured very similar to what we've been doing with our little meeting hall here, with the mead hall over here as well. We've been keeping it fairly simple, just nice and basic, function over form kind of stuff, right? Not wanting to go too crazy on the detailing here for the prison especially. I want to keep this a lot more compact, and it's fancy elements. It's not meant to be a fancy building. I mean, I've seen some prisons that are really fancy, especially like old ones and stuff. And yes, this is a fantasy world, so we can make it as fancy as we want, but I want to keep it fairly unwelcoming, if you will. I want people to be able to see the building, or to see this building and be like, that's a place I don't want to go. So a far more brutalist is my intention. Small, tiny windows, if windows at all. Very small, cramped rooms, which is not a problem. We've been doing that throughout the city anyway, because, surface world space is at a bit of a premium. Saying that I think is funny, though, when I have so much greenery and things around, but there could be so many more buildings jammed in here and made, a lot denser. But with all these giant caverns underneath, I think it also makes sense that a lot of the city would have been built underground. And then the, wealthier people would be on the surface, right? So, does it make sense to have the prison on the surface when we want all the wealthy people on the surface? Probably not. But I wanted to make use of this really nice little round cave, and that was the first thing that popped into my head was, let's turn this into a prison. That'd be great. Why not? So, we're going to get started on that today. I've said that about 15 times and not actually started doing anything, and it's been 16 minutes of me yapping. But that's fine. All right, let's go ahead and grab some blocks so we know we're going to use our kind of main palette that we've been using for most things lately, and especially in this district of the city. That is the intention. Oh, where do I even have any? Do I even have? Oh, I do over here. Yeah. I was like, where can I even steal some? I don't want to go through my. I don't feel like opening the menu and trying to type right now. We're definitely gonna need the iron bars for sure. All right, I think this is gonna be good for our start. Okay, so. Prison buildings, not fancy, not fun. You don't want to be in one. We don't want to make it look like somewhere you want to go. So I want to keep it very brutalist. I'm actually, right this moment, going to go Googling for prisons. The prison. I'm just going to type in prison. And we're going to hit image search. The images, going through the Googles. Alright. Images. No, I definitely want... I clicked on images. So why are you not showing me more images? Alright. No, I don't need news articles. I want prison exteriors images. Let's do prison exteriors. Alright. Or jail exterior. You know, jail is probably more accurate as it is a smaller building. Okay. Yeah, a lot of these are just white buildings with like tiny windows and towers. That one's brown with stripes. Exterior prison cell block with overgrown yard. Somebody took this photo. I'm not going to copy your building. Okay. Central Mental Health Facility. North Carolina DPS? That's a building right there. That's certainly a building. Well. Okay. Neat. Let's see. That's a brick building. A lot of brick or just like gray or white stonework. Oh, Minecraft prison exterior. Look at that. By Mountain Dude 246 on DeviantArt. That's interesting. It's like a tower. That's kind of neat. Prison exterior photos, images and pictures off Shutterstock. Boy, that's not what we're looking for, but that, you know, that kind of building would work. That is kind of the look I'm going for. Okay. So, let's see. How do we want to... Ooh, that one's kind of nice. Old prison building exterior poster from Urban Fragments. Okay. Getting some ideas now. Alright, most of them are just a block, just kind of a big brick. Minecraft tutorial, how to make a prison interior exterior. That one's pretty fancy, actually. I kind of like that. Alright, let's look up jail exteriors. Maybe we say this is the jail and not the prison, and we put the prison way down in the caverns. That makes sense, right? You know? So let's see. We get the same images when I put in jail exterior. We get exactly the same. It's still giving me prison exterior stock photos when I typed in jail. All right. Now, this is definitely not a maximum security prison. I think the maximum security prison would be way down in the depths of the caverns, if you had to ask me. Ooh, that's kind of an interesting building. The Clay County Jail. Oh, that's interesting. All right. What is that, Indiana? Yeah, Clay County, Indiana. That's an interesting building. I can't do curves very easily. I mean, I could make that curve, but it would be a little bit janky. Wait, was that a render that somebody made in a video game? Holy shit. No, it's not. Okay, just that image really looks AI as hell because of the skybox. Wow, there's a very clear sky in that image. Okay, let's see. Do we want to have a guard tower in the corner? I mean, we probably will. Okay. So let's just say this is the county jail. How about that? We'll just say this is the jail. It's not going to have a ton of rooms. The jail of 1885 Texas Hill Country. I've been to that jail. I've been here. Gillespie County Jail. I've literally seen that building. I have been there. That's a very small building. See, that's the kind of building I'm looking for. There we go. That's kind of fancy stonework. It kind of looks like a little miniature castle. It's even got crenellations on the top. Wow. Okay. I think that's the right word, right? Crenellations? Is that? Let's use the Google. I'm already on it. Can I spell? Crenellations. I can't spell, but it is. Okay, yep. That is battlements. I was correct. Okay. Crenellations, the battlements. Yep. Okay. Got it. All right. So now we have a bit of an idea. I know you guys haven't seen any of that. You just heard me yapping and stared at the building for a minute, or stared at the floor. Okay, that's fine. We'll be building. Okay, so the Gillespie County Jail is very much just a tall brick. It is just a big brick with windows on the front and some crenellations on top. That's easy. We can make that happen. I think that would work very well for this. We could have the door, just the main door going right out here. You know, just have the main door right here. Or we could have the door on this side. I think I still want to put a door here. So I'm thinking we make kind of a lobby area in this front section of the building. We have the main doors here. but then also have a side door here that can get you into that lobby too. I think that's going to be a good plan. I think that'll work out. Let's go ahead and... Do I want to expand? Okay, first off, do I want to use this as a floor plan, or do I want to modify it? I think I'm actually quite happy with the size of this. I might bring it back just a couple more blocks. I want to keep a 3-block gap between anything that I put it next to. That's something I've been doing. That way we have space for exterior decoration. We have a whole row of, we can put stuff here, we can put stuff here. And it also means that if we have roofs, they don't accidentally connect. Ooh, excuse me. Whew. Okay, so if we do that here, if we bring this back 2 more blocks, because this is 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So if we go here, that's our 2 blocks. Boom. How does that look? Let's just run this through here. Gonna have to tear out some of our rubble. We'll just leave it for now in case we decide we don't want this the way it is. That rubble is intended to be like battle damage from the... Whoops. We're just gonna hide the fact that there's not actually a ground there. Okay. How's that on size? I think that is a little better. Just a little bit bigger. A little bit bigger is going to be nice here because it'll give us a little bit more space to work with on the inside so that we're not feeling quite so cramped as we could be. Okay. Oh, you know what? Actually, I'm also going to, while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to Google what is it called in prison? Because my brain can't. What was it called? In prison when you are isolated. I know there's a term for that. Solitary confinement. That's the word I was thinking of. There we go. That's the one. That word just would not come into my head. That phrase. Okay, so. All right, so we're going to have the low security stuff up on the upper floor. Just, drunks and idiots and, people who aren't really going to hurt anybody. That'll be upstairs, and then for people who are like actually bad people, they're gonna be down in here. We'll put some cells into the walls. We'll smooth out the floor in here so that it makes a little more sense. We'll have some better lighting. Don't worry. And then down here will be our solitary confinement. Down in here, just way down in here, next to the dungeon. That'll be solitary confinement. Okay, so we're gonna start with the building up above. I think today we're probably, just judging by how my time management is today, we'll probably only wind up having the upper building done today. But that means that Wednesday we can work on the lower section stuff, which is fun. I can spend a lot more time making that really cool. And then we can spend a lot of time like interior decorating and stuff. I'm not in any rush to get anything done. I'm not like, I have to build this whole building today. No, we're not doing that. I got all the time in the world to work on this project, so I am. Hydration time. Get your hydration on, everybody. Hydrate or hydrate. You don't want to die. So hydrate. Okay. So I want to like I said, I've got all the time in the world. My plan with this project, this city is so large. The scope and scale of what I want to do here is so massive. I don't think I'll ever actually truly finish it. I have a feeling I will be constantly working on this entire project probably until the day I die. Unless something happens and we wind up losing the files. This is meant to be kind of my last big project. If you ever, if you were to consider it that way. Look, I'm 32, right? The men in my family tend to live anywhere between 38 and 50-ish. And then, if I'm lucky, maybe I'll live past that. But pretty much every day past 50, I'll be like, yes, fantastic, I'm still here. Cool. So, at best, I've got, 18 years-ish to work on it. At worst, I've got 6 years to work on it. Okay, I've got plenty of time, even if it's only 6 years. I'm not in any rush to get anything done. I want to take my time and make this stuff as good as I possibly can. That's why I took an entire week to build this building here, even though it's nothing crazy. It's just a small little building. Oh, I did make some improvements to it, which I need to show you guys. Hang on. If you were here last week, so we put this little railing across the top. I've added some lighting. I've adjusted the spires on these a little bit, so there's a little bit more point to them. All I did was add some iron to the top there. And I changed up the seating on the inside, which I think is very important. The seating was not good, so we've made it better. And then the upper section is really where I'm happiest with the changes that we've made. The seats that we threw in here were just temporary. It was just, I'm going to put something in here, and then I'm going to change it later. And I wound up doing that off stream, instead of on stream, but I'm happy with the way it's come out. We've got these seats here. Are they the best viewing angles? No, of course not. We were always going to be limited by just a bunch of factors, but excuse me, I've done the best I can, working around those limiting factors to make something that I think is going to work. But really, I feel like most people are actually going to be hanging out down here anyway. So not a huge deal. Not a big deal at all. But those are the little changes that I did. And then, of course, as you may have seen, we did some landscaping around the outside just to blend it in with all the park and everything that we've been doing around. This is just kind of our design. It's just chaotic planting. Why is it like that? Because the upper surface city in this area is meant to have been recently abandoned, okay? So a lot of things are starting to grow in. The gardens and stuff are getting a little bit out of hand. But it's not to the point where buildings are like dilapidating and falling down yet, especially since a lot of the buildings are this sturdy stonework. It would take a long time with no maintenance for a building like this to fall down. A long time, barring any natural disasters. Right? I mean, it could stand for thousands of years if it's well made. It just really depends on a lot of things. So, I don't want to have like crumbling buildings all over the city, but in this area, in this Seaside neighborhood, we will have that because the intention is for them to have been battle damaged, okay? So there will be a lot of broken buildings here. And as the surface part of the city, at least in this district, the main district of Nova Aquileia, the heart of the city, the surface area is going to be recently abandoned, aside from the fortress area up here, and then a couple of isolated spots, like the meat hall, because that's just like it's kind of a fortress on its own. This meat hall over here looks like a castle, yep, because it was, according to the lore of this area, it was built in an old castle. See, this used to be the original fort of the city, and the meat hall was just a part of that. The meadery was just a part of that, but as the military moved out of this structure, because it was no longer necessary for them to be here, it was better for them to then move out further to other areas along the city where we're going to be building some more fortifications. It meant that this whole building was basically abandoned, and the meadery, because they didn't stop producing meat in the meadery, they have expanded and taken over this whole little fortress area. So yes, it does look like a little castle because it was at one point. And that's our lore for that little thing there. And so, yeah, stuff like that. Like, there's going to be isolated areas where, like, that hasn't been abandoned. This building, this meeting hall, hasn't been abandoned because it's right outside of a tunnel entrance. So the people in the Undercity can easily get here. There's a tunnel entrance right there, and there's also a tunnel entrance right down here. This section right here. This area down here is going to have people in it. There'll be some things down in here as well. And then, this ravine leads into our tunnel network. We've got, the tunnel there, but then also we have the elevator chamber, which goes up to the upper tunnels so you can get into the rest of the Undercity and things like that. All right there. So it makes sense for that meeting hall to not be abandoned either, because it's right there in a place where people are going to be able to easily access it. This neighborhood, not so important. If everybody's living down in the Undercity, well, we don't need this area. It's fine. We don't need to worry about it. So this area, recent battle damage, right? Recently abandoned. This area of the city will be looking very disheveled compared to other parts. But the intention is for most of the city to not look like that. Like a lot of this area of the city, these buildings are relatively abandoned, recently abandoned. That's why, this whole area, it still looks like somebody could just be working here today. But they're not, because it was recently abandoned for the war that is happening. And then like some of the military structures may still have some people in them, like the towers and stuff. This guard tower out here will probably still have some people hanging out, but a lot of the city doesn't. So there's no people up here to upkeep the gardens and stuff, which have gotten out of hand. That's why the park here is extremely overgrown. That's the intention. The creek that runs through the city down here is also very overgrown. All of these little planting areas here, out here by the docks and whatnot, are all overgrown as well for the same reason. Again, nobody's upkeeping it. So of course it's gotten overgrown and a bit out of hand, as you would expect. And we're going to do the same thing here at the prison, or the jail. Well, I should stop calling it a prison. We're going to start calling it a jail. And this is the Seaside Neighborhood, not the Seaside District. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and just fix that right now. In fact, you know what? Let's go, and I'm gonna go ahead and change that even. Edit stream info. Starting on the Seaside Jail. Oh, it'd help if I turned off caps lock. Jail. Done. Bam. Okay. Starting on the Seaside Jail. There it is. Okay. Sweet. So that's fixed. Now that's set correctly. Okay. Now back to work. So, I want to keep it very simple. It's going to be a castle-like structure, but not a defensive structure, obviously, but a relatively defendable structure. So we want it to be 2 stories. I usually do 4 blocks for a story in this city. That's what we've been doing so far. 3 to 4 blocks for a story. Let's see. What do we do in this mansion house or in this manor house here? We'll use that as our example. So the floors in here are 1, 2, 3, 4 plus a half block of space. Okay, so and this is like a fancy place. So I think if we emulated that with our prison or our jail, excuse me, the jail down here, then it would work quite well. So let's go ahead and do 5 blocks for a level here. I'm going to use these as well. We're going to keep this kind of motif going that we've got with the grays, the chiseled deep slate. A lot of deep slate going on in here because I like deep slate. Okay, it's a nice little block. Okay, we are just going to keep it a box because I found evidence of most of the prisons and jails that I found images of are in fact a box, and they aren't fancy. I'm going to go with something very similar to the Gillespie County Jail because it's got some little crenellations on top, and it's made out of stonework. It kind of looks like a tiny little miniature little fort. But I'm not trying to copy it exactly. I'm inspired by that, but I'm going to be using the design work that we've been doing in our city for that. Actually, you know what? Okay, I need to do this differently. Okay, I can't put these here yet because I'm going to need to do the little corner bits, and we'll put these motif on that. Okay, so there's our 5 blocks, and then that means that this is our kind of a floor. Okay, so that leaves a 3 high for the windows. It's actually quite high, but if we have it like this, let's say, let's actually, yeah, I think this just needs to be 4 blocks tall. I think that's gonna be plenty. If we use the slabs here for this level for our floors, right? Then that should be fine. Okay, so we're gonna run this out this way. Okay, so there's kind of our markers. Then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 for the next level. 4. And then 2, 3, 4. All right, and 2, 3, 4. There we go. Okay. Now let's run this for this is the horizontal member of the building here. Okay, we're gonna come back over this way. Okay, now I want to do like these narrow windows like we've been doing. Okay, we're gonna see if I don't know if this is an even number of blocks. We're about to find out. It's not quite. Okay, that's fine. That means that we have room for a doorway. Okay, so we're actually gonna pull out a lot of these. Okay, we're gonna come back here. We're gonna make this one the double, so this can be the doorway on this side. So that way there is a doorway here, and then everything else should fit with this size window. Okay, now, since this is the non-cells section of the city, of the building, we will go ahead and leave it with a decent amount of windows. But what we're going to do is, instead of doing the 2 high windows like I normally do, I'm going to do just 1 block high windows, and at the top of this gap. So that way, you get some light, but it's not a lot. Now our lobby will keep the 2 high windows here. Okay, now let's also see, we need to see just how wide this section is here. So let's go ahead and kind of do it this way. See kind of where we wind up. Okay, so we've got a 1 block door here. I don't think I want to do a 1 block door though. I want to do a 2 block wide door. But this is an odd number of blocks across the sides. So I may have to actually move this wall over just 1 block. Do we bring it in or do we go out 1 block? That's the question. I think I'm going to actually bring it in 1 block. So we're going to break this down again. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Whoop. 7, 8. All right. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Whoop. 8. 8. There we go. Okay. Get rid of this. Yeah. The rubble will be adjusted when we are finished. Okay. We're going to run this over. Run it out like this. Here we go. Okay. There's that. Boom. Perfect. Okay. So that'll give us here. We can make it a nice 2 block door. Okay. Well. Okay. Hang on. Hang on now. Oh, that's right. This is the problem. There we go. Okay. It's gonna be a nice sturdy little doorway. Very good. Okay. And then we already know this side is gonna be a little janky, but that's okay. That's all right. I might even actually have kind of make like a little courtyard back here and have a door on this side that comes back into this courtyard. We'll say it's kind of, we're gonna use this as our barrier block for that. We're just gonna actually, yeah, we'll do it right there, and then we'll come over here and do it right here. Now it's probably not gonna stay right. Actually, you know what? Let's do it right there. Okay, it's not gonna stay like that. That's just temporary. Okay, so this will be our yard, if you will, because you know if you're in jail or in prison, you know you gotta have your little bit of outside time. This will be that space where they can go outside and do literally nothing, because it'll be a tiny little space. We'll give them something interactive, maybe. We'll figure out some way to make something, or at least have like a visible, like worn walking path in the dirt or something, or just make it dirt, just make it gross. I don't know. Well, it'll be the outdoor space, so that the people who are locked away here can get their little bit of outside enrichment time that they're required by governmental standards, because we're not cruel and usual here. No, most definitely not. Okay, there we go. That'll be our door. Do it on this side, so it'll be close to the opening for that. Now this is gonna have to be cleaned up. Obviously, I'm not just gonna leave it a giant hole in the fucking ground. So we'll have to work on that. That's okay. Not a problem. We're going to work on the structure of the building first, and then we'll come back and worry about that. Okay, so we're going to come across here. Okay, oh yeah, and then this is definitely going to be short windows all the way across here. Where's our lobby going to be? Let's say the lobby is here. It's going to already have a lobby space. I don't like that. I don't like how that doesn't work. That makes me annoyed. Okay, well, it's inevitable, isn't it? Well, we've got space here. We could just kind of eliminate a window there. That's not going to hurt anything. We could have eliminated a window on the back side, actually. Would have probably been better. Let's do it that way. Eliminating a window here on the back where nobody can see anyway is going to be a lot better. There we go. It's going to be our kind of front lobby area. Boom. So these can stay the full height windows. These are going to be half height windows. There we go. Okay, and then back here, we already know it's going to be a little janky. That's fine. There's going to be like a double window situation here for one of these. That's okay. We'll put it right in the middle. Actually, it's going to be the opposite of a double window. That's fine. We'll make use of that in some way. Okay, there we go. So there's that. There's going to be our first floor, as it were. Okay, and then the second floor, obviously, is going to be, we're going to bring this up. Okay, and then we've got a row here. We got this here. Okay, and then again, we want this to be half height. This is going to be cells up here on the top, so we definitely want these to be much smaller than the other ones. Perfectly fine. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna come across here now. Now things are not gonna line up right on this either. That's okay, we'll figure it out. We'll work it out. We've got this. We have the technology. Realistically, I could have just made the building 1 block shorter in this direction. It would have been fine. But that's okay. We will deal with it. Oops. Okay, so we're just starting by making our big gray box, right? Nothing crazy. Just like you might expect a jail or prison to be. It's just a big bland box with tiny holes in it. Alright. Let's get this finished. Get this. Oh, I didn't finish this front side. I'm going to go back and do that real quick before I move on to the back. Oop. Okay, there we go. See, I tend to alternate what end I'm putting the windows on, so that way I can make sure everything lines up. Of course, we're going to have that double in the center. That's fine. What we'll probably wind up doing is making these the hallways. Just having a cross hall and then having cells all along the sides here. Yeah, so we'll work that out as we finish this up. It may not even be cells actually up top. It may be kind of a dormitory situation like you see in low security prisons in the United States, where it's basically an annoying dorm with bunk beds all through it, just kind of wherever. No privacy, no storage, or minimal storage. Now we have, throughout the city, we do have a multitude of spaces that are already like that, which I find amusing, that the prisoners will be living similarly to like the military personnel. I mean, okay, initially we have the bunkhouse here at the mead hall, which is kind of like that. This is more luxurious than what I intend to be. This one also has like tiny rooms, which I guess you could consider like jail cells. Really won't be a whole lot of difference, will there? And then we have the bunkhouse out this way as well, which in its original purpose would have been for the people working in the mines. We've got this bunkhouse, which now is like a hostel kind of situation, you know, place for people to stay, but there's no real privacy here. The floating bunks thing was kind of an interesting choice that I made there. We're gonna leave it though, just for space saving purposes. So there's some tight living quarters for people in other parts of the city. So we need to make it even more annoying for the people living in the jail here, right? It shouldn't be comfy for these people. Yet somehow their rooms are going to be similar to like the rooms in the inn and stuff like that. Maybe even in some cases bigger. Ooh, that'd be a little strange, wouldn't it? Well, that's all right. We'll work it out. Okay, so now it is time to get back to this. So I want to bring these up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then these, and then that. Actually, you know what? No, we want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then like that. And we'll do the same thing here. Then we're going to do the little design that we've been doing in the corners here. We'll come back and grab that other block later. Whee! Okay. We got that there, like that. Perfect. Okay. Excuse me. 3. Oops. 1, 2, 3. These, and then the stair block. Then we'll have this here and this here. So that means we'll probably put this like actually there instead of on the corner directly. Okay, no problem. Black stone in the corner. Okay, there we go. Okay, then these are gonna come up like this, and then we'll do that there, and then we'll Go ahead and just leave the top for right now. We'll come back to that later. Let's do the same thing out here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3. There we go. Chisel deep slate. And the andesite stair, polished andesite stairs. That's been our motif throughout the buildings we've been making. So we're going to stick with that. I like that. We're going to go ahead and stick with that. Okay, so there's that one. Wait, might as well just go ahead and do this while I'm here. There's the blackstone. And then the andesite stair up top. Perfect. Okay, and then we're back down here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Get our chisel deep slate in there. Get the stairs in place. Go ahead and put the ones up here. Oh, come on now. My placement is not good today. There we go. There's those. Then we'll put this one in. Put that one there. That one there. Perfect. Okay. Oh, and then the blackstone walls here and here. Okay. Cool. So there's our little corner elements in place. Okay. And then we have just this big wall to work with, right? Just a big flat wall. Big old flat wall. We can make all kinds of fun stuff on that. Lots of interesting things we can do with that. If we want to make it look really kind of more like what I'm inspired by, then we'd be doing something like this. We'd be bringing this out here. Okay, we'd be coming up 2 blocks with that. So we'd be here. And then we would grab a stair block. In this case, I'm going to just use the andesite since it's already in my hands. Okay, and then it would be we'd probably do this. Like that. And then we'd have an element like this all the way across. Okay. And then we'd have something, we'd probably swap to something like this. Okay. So we have some color. And then we'd come back in like this. Across here. And then probably all the way across the top like this. That's very similar to the building that I'm inspired by. But I'm not super happy with it. I think it's a little bit bland, you know. There's some improvements to be made, of course, with this just simplified thing here. What I think I'd like to do is maybe go with the full-on andesite down here. Just make it really sturdy looking. Use these andesite blocks. The polished andesite, of course. All right. And then I want to do something like this for the doorway. Like that. Okay. Then we have these spaces, which I don't like are just empty. So we're going to do this just to give it a little more depth. Okay, a little bit of something. All right, and I like that you can kind of see just a little bit of that brick hanging out behind that. We have this big gray box with a white stripe across it now, which I think is quite interesting. And then we have space up here, up top, to make our crenellations and things like that. We've still got our little corner detail, which I think works quite well. We've got our interesting little pattern across here. I think that actually works out quite decently, honestly. And this should be easy to add to the other sides. We can adjust it depending on the size of the spacing of the windows and things like that without having too much craziness going on. It's got a lot of depth, but it's not too, it's not this, you know. It's much simpler, but it also looks really sturdy. You know, like this looks like a really big, beefy, sturdy building, and that's exactly what I was going for. So we're going to do that along the sides here. That's going to be our side design. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to take a picture of this on my phone real quick. Just that's the fastest way for me to pop this into my memory. Bam. Perfect. Open up that picture. There we go. Zoom it on in to that. Okay, there we go. And now we can get started working on this side. So it's going to be, we go 2 up with the andesite. Yep. Now, okay, on these sides, it looks like that. On this side, I guess we'll keep that going. We'll just go 2 up all the way across, even though it's the full height windows here. Or it's not the full height windows here. We may adjust this just a little bit here for that purpose. Okay. So then these are all going to be this way, just like this. Okay. And then here it's still the same thing, but then we've got like this over top of the window, or over the top of the door, and that. Okay, there's our door design, right? Okay, perfect. And then we've got over top of all of the, over top of all of these upright stairs, we have this design. We put a wall block, right? Perfect. Okay, and then we have the inverted stair atop the windows. Perfect, perfect. Throw that in. Inverted stair. And then we've got this level, we've got, okay, so then it's a full row of inverted stairs across this. Just all the way across. Perfect. And then a diorite strip. Okay. Perfect. And then the stair blocks here. Nice and easy. And then a full row of inverted diorite across the top. Or andesite, excuse me. Okay, so there's our, wow, that actually works quite well. I'm happy with that. I like that a lot. There's options for adding some more elements in here to make it a little more detailed, but I don't really want to, honestly. I mean, I could easily do like this. You know, we could do this kind of thing. But I feel like that's maybe not, or we could do this, maybe. I kind of like that a little more. Let's try that on these. Let's see how that looks. Okay, how's that? How's that looking? Do we like that? Do we not like that? We obviously won't have that here. We won't have that up top either. Have that full ring of D right up there. Okay, I think that's okay. I think that works. I think that works, especially since this area is not going to be like holding prisoners. It's going to be like for the processing sections and things like that, and places for the guards to be. So I think that'll work out okay. So let's go ahead and just do it this way then. And we'll throw these in here. Yep, there we go. And then that like that. We've got inverted above the windows. We have a full row of them here. I'm just going ahead and putting all of these in since I have them in my hand right now. Oh, that's supposed to be inverted. Not upright. Okay, inverted. There we go. Boom. Then we get the diorite strip. Okay. Then we have the upright stair and the inverted stair across the top. There we go. And then we'll slap in these deep slate wall sections. And there's that whole bit. Perfect. I actually think that looks quite nice. It definitely gets the idea across that this is the like prison or the jail, and that it's not somewhere welcoming that you really want to be. It's just a big, ugly, sturdy box. I wouldn't really say it's actually ugly, but the idea is for it to just not be a super fancy place. It is supposed to just be a place you really don't want to be. Now, something I may actually do, since we have these battle damage holes, you know, especially like up here, I think I might I might adjust this rubble just a little bit so that we're looking like maybe some prisoners could have maybe kind of escaped out this way somehow. We'll need to kind of make it so that you could actually escape. Let's just break that off right there. Oh, there we go. Okay, so there's a way to get out of that prison area. So that kind of will add to the mystique of the whole situation. Like, oh my gosh, the prisoners escaped. Okay, cool. Yes, I want that to be a thing. That'll be a story element later in what we're doing here. Whoops. Okay. Whoop. It'll just be a minor little story element, but it'll be a fun little side quest kind of thing. Situation, I feel like. Okay. Back to this. Okay, we got that. We do like that. Okay, and then we got above all the windows, it's upside down. Whoop. The inverted stair. Okay, and then we have a whole row of inverted stairs. Oops. Okay, and then what is it here? Yeah, so it's like this. Okay, it'd help if I could type. Alright, there we go. There's still a bit of a bug with the optimization mod pack that I'm using, where when it rains, a lot of the UI elements disappear for some reason, and like a lot of stuff fades out, including the ground. Very inconvenient when you're trying to work. So we gotta deal with that whole situation. But that's fine. Not the end of the world. It's okay. Alright. So there's that. And then we got... Oh, what am I missing? Oh, my little wall bits. Because I grabbed that stone brick. Okay. There we go. Just put this in like this. Nothing unusual there. There we go. Perfect. Okay. I'm actually quite happy with that. I think that's come out quite nice. And now, something I want to do with these windows... See, I wanted to have bars over the windows, right? But obviously that's not going to work like that. So we may have to have bars just as the windows, which I actually think is okay. Here. You know, even in the front here, we're going to do bars for the windows because while I can have a bar there, I can't have a bar there. So we're not going to worry about that. Okay, so bars for the windows. Across the entire thing. Okay, there we go. This will actually be easy to do from the inside. So we'll go ahead and do that. Oops. Okay. Oop. Nope. No, you don't go there either. Okay, there we go. Fixed. Boom. All right. Okay, and the back wall. Okay, perfect. There we go. So there's our kind of wall bits and bobs. I think that's come out quite nice. Quite happy with that. Okay. Perfect. There we go. Nice and sturdy looking building. Now, what the hell are we going to use for the floor in here? I really don't know. Let's clear up some of our inventory here. You know, this might even be a good opportunity actually for the red nether brick because I hadn't used it yet in this build. I already removed it from my inventory, but we'll put it back. Or, excuse me, potentially black stone brick, or potentially some in-stone bricks actually, which I haven't used at all yet. I would like to add into the building. Let's see. I don't really want to use wood. I don't think wood is appropriate for what we're doing here. I think I want something sturdier. So I think I am going to use something like in-stone or red nether brick. I kind of like the idea of using in-stone actually for the flooring in here. It's so bright though. But I really do like the in-stone bricks. I've even built entire buildings out of them before. I know in one district of the city I'm going to be using these for the actual like roadway. We're going to be using in-stone brick because I want it to be a much lighter feel. Right, let's check out what we can do here. How's that looking? Oh, God, it's so bright. Oh, I don't want the bright. It's too bright. I like the idea, but it's too bright. So we're not going to go with that. Oh, I do actually want to check the outside, though. Oh, yeah, that's still... That's very prison looking. I mean, yeah. Prisoner jail, that's... Yep. That's the vibe I'm getting off of that, for sure. Okay. Cool. Then let us go back to our resource bag. I'm also seeing something that I want to change about these corner block sections. I want to do this where it's up one like that. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna add one block to all of these. I just want to do that. I think it's gonna look better. So we're gonna do that. One block, one block, one block, one block. Okay, there we go. That's a lot better. Okay. Now, as I said, we're gonna get rid of this. We're not gonna use this. It's too bright. Maybe we go to the just polished black stone bricks. I think that may be the vibe we do here. Just dark floor. Just a brick floor, very uninviting. Or I mean, we could make it just straight up a concrete floor as well. We could really go all out on that. Which I don't think I've used concrete very much at all in the city. I've used it in a couple spots. Can't even remember where. I think it was... Where did I use concrete? Was it maybe over here? I think I used concrete at the spawn area. For some of this flooring. Did I use... No, none of that's concrete. None of that's concrete. None of this is concrete. Where did I use it? Well, anyway. I think I will go with with the polished black stone for the floor in here. I think that's going to look quite nice. And then, see, I want to put a hole like here for the door coming back in. Let's go ahead and just use the polished black stone flooring across the whole space here. It'll be easy enough to make the passageway down into the lower chamber area. I mean, we also technically have like all of this space too, which we could work with, which is just kind of here, hidden away, poorly. It's not very hidden. It's kind of existing back here. This was like the original level of this area. We obviously have terraformed a lot over time here, and that's no longer the case. I'm not using that space anymore. Oh, I don't know why I put that back when I'm gonna do that anyway. So we could make this like a multi-layered prison jail situation. Could stretch underneath this whole neighborhood. Okay, I gotta make sure I straighten out my terminology and use the correct things for the right stuff, so that way I'm not confusing people in time. Because hell, I confuse myself sometimes. Okay, the area we're working is the Seaside Neighborhood in the Old Town district of the city of Nova Aquileia. The Old Town district is the heart of the city. It's where the Citadel is. It's where this jail is anyway. It's where the cult of the Necromancer is centered. It's the main dock area. Though there will probably be some in all of the little different districts. It's where the meadery is. Excuse me. Whew. It's going to be where the The Mages Guild is going to be all along this space. That's what this peninsula is going to be. It's going to be where the heart of the Undercity is. So there's going to be a lot going on in this district of Nova Aquileia. This district is the Old Town district. Got it. Okay. This is the neighborhood that we're working on. This section here, Seaside Neighborhood, right? This is the Dockside Neighborhood and the Citadel. Okay, I'm really repeating it for myself, not for anyone else. So I'm sorry if I'm annoying y'all, but that's for my own good. Okay, let's go ahead and close up this opening a bit. We don't need the whole thing. Open. Obviously, we're not going to get... Oh, excuse me. We're not getting rid of it. Oh, geez. Excuse me. Oh, my gosh. I got really bad hiccups and burps today for some reason. Okay. So we're going to do something like that for right now. Just kind of leave it like that. Okay. Now, we're also going to have... Right, we're going to have that floor. It's going to be here. Actually, it's got to be here. Yeah, there's the floor. So what do we want to make that level out of? Do we want to use the deep slate bricks? We could, just to keep that theme going. I'm not too worried about it getting really samey or anything. This is a jail. It's not supposed to be fancy and like... Good Lord, I'm yawning, I'm burping, I'm hiccuping. I don't know what the hell's going on with me today. It is one of them days. All right. This isn't supposed to be fancy, so it's okay for it to be bland and boring and like all samey on the inside. Not going to be an issue. I'm not too worried about that. So I can take advantage of that and use this material, the polished blackstone brick, for the majority of what we're doing in here. I'm going to go ahead and do that. So we need polished blackstone brick stairs and slabs, because we're going to use the slabs for our main structure of this. Okay. And then what other blocks do I need? We can get rid of this one. We're not using that one. We'll go ahead and hold on to these just in case I need them for something. We'll leave this one here too. Jesus. Okay. Let's see. Now, I'm also going to grab this block, the deep slate bricks. We're going to go ahead and run up this right here, this wall. Okay, this is going to be, the main lobby. So say you're coming to bail somebody out of jail or whatever. This is where you're gonna come in here and come speak with the clerics, and then they'll bring somebody out or whatever. Okay. So we also actually do need a way for the prisoners to be brought into this area. I guess we can just use the same space, right? But I kind of want to have an intake area. Maybe we separate this up. Have like part of this be prisoner intake, like on this side. Yeah, have the prisoner intake here separated from the main entrance, potentially. Maybe we'll come out to here, so that way there's a little more space for that. Okay. Do it like this. Probably. We'll probably make it a double door just for ease of use. We'll leave this one a single door. That's okay. And it's also going to be airlocked. So we're going to kind of make a space here like this. There's going to be kind of an airlock situation. We're going to do the same thing over here. And make this one a little bigger because it's the double door side one. Okay. And yeah, that'll work. That'll be fine. Okay. Now, there's that. Okay. So we've got our intake side here. We're going to wall this off completely from the rest of the lobby space. We don't want that. We don't want any mixing happening there. Okay, so there'll be. I have a little desk here for intake personnel. Personnel for the. Yeah, for the people here. So they can bring in a prisoner. Hey, we're checking in this asshole. Okay, cool. Yep, bring him in here. Boom. Perfect. Okay. And we'll segment off this section too. Just for safety purposes for the clerks who are here. Hey, who are you picking up? Who do you need? Okay, cool. Yep. Wait right there. All right, and then they go get them. Bring them out this way. We're definitely going to have this and this open, and we'll put full blocks of glass right in there. And that'll be so they can see through into that space without having to worry about anybody being assholes to them. Okay, so let's get the glass. We're going to use the light gray glass. We're not going to use a clear glass. I don't like the clear glass. I do want to use the light gray glass. Okay, and then we're going to do... Let me get the glass again. We're going to get the panes of light gray stained glass, and we're going to do just a strip of that up here. Maybe even just like that. So it's kind of like a security window kind of thing. I wish I could do just like a tiny little opening in the window. It'd be kind of good. If I could have like a half a pane of glass. Or like an open window kind of deal. That'd be kind of good. I guess I kind of can, actually. Can't I? I can go... We can do it like this. We can make ourselves a little... it doesn't really work the way I want it to. I could do it like this, maybe? That, I mean, that gives a little slit, but that, yeah, it just doesn't work. Okay. Not unless we did something like this. That's then completely useless, because now yeah. Okay. So we'll do it like that. That'll be fine. We'll just do it like this. That'll be alright. Okay. Okay. Yep. We're just doing that so that it's a little bit fancier looking. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and bring this way, like so. There we go. So there'll be a door here for the people who work in this area. The clerks have a place to sit. Alright, and then they can also watch for the intake here. They'll probably be able to man the buttons, I guess. Well, this person will probably man the buttons for the intake here. Whatever. We'll set up some redstone switchery. I'll need some help with that, so I'll probably hit up one of my homies who's better at redstone than me, and we'll make that work. All right, and then here's so they can go get some outside enrichment door. All right. Okay. So let's go ahead and get these slabs in here. Now, these are the bricks, right? Yes, good. Okay, good. That's what I wanted. Okay. Now, I'm not exactly happy about having all this visible on this level. How do we fix that problem? The easy solution would be to change the wall design. Or to just use a full block of something here, because then we can use a full block to replace that. Then we only have 3 high in here, and I kind of wanted to have this little design over the windows, right? I thought that would be nicer. Have that a little bit of space over the windows. And I also wanted to be able to do this kind of thing. Have it like that kind of situation here. But I think we're just going to have to go with a full block. Just so that way I can have not this going on in the upper section. Which is unfortunate, but that's okay. We can work something out maybe for the upper cells to have a little more design going on. Then that means that I can actually have like a proper full floor here, so that we can have a different set of walls across the top, and it's not gonna like cause an issue. Now we're gonna have that, which I don't like, but here's what we'll do to fix that. We'll just go give me deep latte. We'll do it the deep latte like that, and that'll be our kind of opening for that. I think that'll work out. I might even do it like this. We'll do this. Let me go deep slate wall. Do something like this. Maybe. Oh, let's try. Like that. That can be our kind of clerk desk area, I guess. That'll work. We'll try that. Okay. It's very dark in here now. Let's get a lantern. Which one do we want? This is jail. I want it to be dark in here. We're gonna use these ones. Okay, that works. Okay. Okay. Just filling in this floor. A lot of filling to do now. And we're just going to keep it black. Very dark in here. We don't want it to be welcoming. That would be awful. This is supposed to be jail. Not welcoming. Stay the hell out. You don't want to be in here. Oh. Oh, give me 1 second. Okay, sorry, I had a message I needed to respond to. It's very important. Okay. Okay, we're back. We're back to building. Okay. So there's that. There we go. What do we missed this section? Yep, okay, good. Let's get back over here. Finish this up. You know, this building is actually going to have a lot more space in it than I expected it would. We've made this quite interesting here. So there's a possibility we can have a bunch of just cells up here instead of being like an open dormitory, low security jail. We can make it like a more individualized cells and things. Probably would be like shared cells across this section. But I think that may work out. I think that would work out, honestly. Okay, so where do we want the stairs up to that section to be? Maybe we could just here, you know, maybe we just have the stairs here up into this section. And then we have cells along the walls, right? So we've got the main walkway here. I feel like I need kind of the walls for the cells to be here and here. You know, and like here. Okay, so we have like a little bit of kind of shared space here in the center potentially, or do we just make that another cell? I I also don't want these to be big. Like, I mean, we're talking like they need to be really small. That's too small. But see, now I've run into an issue where these windows aren't going to line up the way I wanted these gel cells to be. So I may need to redesign the exterior of the building a little bit. But the good thing is, the design that we have set up, all I have to do is adjust where the windows are. Nothing really going to change here, just where the window openings are. It's not actually a big deal. So let's go ahead and not worry about that too much. Let's get this set up and then we'll fix that exterior. I should have done the interior first and then gone back and done that exterior. But, you know, a lesson for you all who are watching. Don't design like I do sometimes. Unless you want to rebuild everything you're doing. Okay. Now, I could. Okay, so if I split this up the way I want it to be like 2 by, like I want it to be that space. Okay, so then we'd need here. Right, so this basically gives you like just the smallest amount of space possible for 2 people. A true cell. Like, it really needs to be small. Right? It shouldn't be comfortable. You shouldn't want to be in it. I want these to be small and cramped and just awful spaces to be in. Okay, so we got our cells coming along here. Okay. Okay. And then this space is like kind of unusable if we have the stairs the wrong way over here. So we need to kind of figure out how those stairs are going to fit in before we start laying out cells up here. Okay. All right, brain. Let me get this sorted. Give me okay. I already have the deep slate brick stairs. I need the polished blackstone brick stairs and slabs just in case. Okay, so I already had those. I'm stupid. They're right here. Me big dumb. Okay, so our staircase. I want it to be annoying to get up there, but you need to be able to escort a prisoner up there as well. So we need it to be not too awful. Thinking we do something kind of like this. Maybe we just kind of go, hey, we're gonna go. Oh, for fuck's sake, come on. There we go. All right. Then we do something like this, and then it'd be like that. Yeah, obviously we need to open that up a little bit. Oh, that's not gonna work. It'd have to be there. Can we? Is that? No. Okay. So that's our stairs coming up. Right, then we can't have cells here in this corner. So now we have this like useless corner. Unless we redesign how the cells are sitting. Okay. Or again, we don't make this section cells potentially. Or maybe we have like a row of cells here and then like more open space. Let's see. If I were to say, turn this into cells. Okay, that kind of works. Have to, no, we'll leave it like that. Okay, so then every 2 of these don't fit in the right spot. So then we'd have to adjust that. And if we don't want them to have big windows or too many windows, we have to adjust how that goes too. Okay, but also I kind of wanted to have cells like along the long sides, so that doesn't necessarily work. Unless we kind of leave a gap there. bring them out. How far is this? One, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now we've got this kind of cell in the corner where they have like too much privacy. And we don't like that. They need to be easy to see. Okay, this is why I said it's probably going to take me most of the day just to lay this out, because laying out the inside of a prison is not easy, or a jail. It's not as easy as you might expect it to be. It really isn't. Jails are a complicated thing. That's why I wanted to make them kind of a row down the ends. So what if we started, let's say, here with where our cells are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. Okay, so let's say our cells run this way, like this. Okay. So there's our cell block. Let's just say that's our cell block, and then we have this space here. So what we have, we need to build up a wall here to make kind of a checkpoint space to get people in and out. And then we have this small common area, which is too secluded, and then the cells that way. I don't like that. So let's open this up. We have cells along one side. We could put a bigger cell here, maybe, like a holding cell situation. I don't know. Okay, so let's, first off, okay. So we got the stairs coming up into here. Okay, and then we have this space to work with here to bring people in. Okay, then we have this space here. What are we doing with this space? So if they come in through the jail, so they come in through our intake space. Yep. Okay, into the main building. And we have processing here probably. Let's go ahead and run it like this. Well, actually, we need to make sure that there's a way for them to, we need to section this off again. We've got that space. We'll worry about that later. We may even just have the stairs come down. You know, we've got the stairs here, so we may just continue them down like this. Just have the space here for the stairs to be. So this would be our kind of stair area. So then we'd section that off. So we got the stairs there. Oops. Okay, this is for the clerks to have their little space to get in and out. We'll actually just leave it right there, so that way the clerk can come in through the intake side. And just, hey, I'm checking in, just, you know, just going into work, blah, blah, blah. Their little space to have where they can put their stuff, their personal belongings, right here. And also just act as a secondary security for this situation, so that way people aren't trying to get their way into here where they shouldn't be, right? Okay, no problem. So we had personal effects of those people right in there. Okay, so intake, airlock into the main side. I mean, I say airlock, but really just, you know, so that way they can, it's a security checkpoint basically. Okay, and then we've got, this is actually for the clerks, so they can get in here. They would come in through that side, you know, no problem. Okay, so then we need a secondary wall here. So we have another checkpoint here. Okay, where we're going to take our prisoners in through into here. And then this is where we're going to, like, take all of their personal effects and store them somewhere. So that's going to be this space right here. This is going to be the storage for their personal effects. And this space here will kind of act as our, well, that doesn't really work super well for that. We'll bring them into here. Okay, this is not a good room size for that. Let's open that up. Okay, so they come in, processing, right? They get, hey, we got this prisoner, or hey, I work here. Okay, yep. You work here, you go in through the security checkpoint. Boom. You work here, you go in here. Yep. And then you're working, if you're a clerk or whatever. Okay, cool. No problem. Okay, and then we need a space for the prison guards' personal effects and stuff, right? So let's have that, I guess, over here. I guess that will be this space here. We'll go ahead and make that kind of the prison guard personal effects space right here. You got somewhere to put all your stuff. Kind of a miniature locker room, if you will. Okay, and then we've got the stairs are here. They go up and down. So we'll be taking those prisoners and running them either down here into the cells down below, or up here into the lower security area. Okay, so now we're up here. Got a secondary checkpoint into here. So we make that secondary checkpoint. Let's just go ahead and do it like this. And then you're into that security point. So we need this to be a 2-wide doorway and then 2-wide doorway. Okay, so now we've got this space here. Let's say this is for the prison guards, so that way they can watch up, into the checkpoint, and then they can be watching out here. We've got our cells along the wall, and then we've got our common space for like when they're not in their cells. Okay, I think that works. I think that works out. I think that's gonna work out okay. I think that's gonna work. That should be fine. Let's actually just make that a little bit bigger. We'll just go ahead and make that double thick. It's fine. It's not a big deal. It's just a visual barrier anyway. Or we could even do it this way. So there's a little more space in here. But no, we can't because of the doorway. Okay, so then you come in through here. Hey, we're bringing in a prisoner. Throw them in their cell. Okay, cool. Prison guards are here. This is kind of the guards room for this area. Got it. Okay, no problem. And then our lower area, that's down here, where we've got the lower cells and stuff. Okay, cool. We're getting there. We're getting somewhere. Look at that. We're working it out. Honestly, from the outside, I may not change anything, because those ones that are blocked up by a brick, you honestly can't even tell they're blocked up by a brick. We'll just leave it. So you can't even tell from the outside that it's not actually a window. Not a big deal. Cool. We'll just go ahead and leave that exactly as it is, and not even worry about it. Alright, now we'll go ahead and run these walls up to the ceiling here, since we already know where that's going to be. And then we'll get that ceiling put in. And then we can work on the roof structure, finalizing that up, making that look good. I think for our roof structure, I may do something similar to what we've done here, but just like on a smaller scale, right? Where there's like kind of this roof, but then this flat edge at the end. I think that would work out. I think that'll work here too. And then we can put our little crenellations along the side to emulate the Gillespie kind of jail that I wanted to build. Okay, so this is looking pretty good. Now we're getting somewhere. I actually want to leave. Okay, so I need a doorway here, but I also want to make sure that it's like there's a space where they can have like a window into the actual jail area, so that way they can observe what's going on out here, We need our guards to be able to see what's happening in the jail space. And then this will be for, hey, we're bringing in this so-and-so. Okay, yeah, no problem. Here they go. Into the jail. Got it. Sick. Works for me. Okay, cool. There's going to be a lot of security doors we have to build. Luckily, there's enough space underneath that we can make all of that happen. Not a big deal. Okay, I'm going to take a second and get up and stretch and move around. You should all do the same. Go get some water, go to the bathroom, get a drink. Please water, though, at least, move around. Look at something other than your screen for a second, because damn, staring at your screen for so long isn't a great thing for you to do. So stand up, get a stretch, get some water, do all those things. I'm going to do that myself. Right back. Okay, we're back. We're back. I hope you all did what I said and went and got some water, got a drink, whatever, took a break for a second. Very important to do that. Okay, everybody, make sure you do that regularly. You don't want to spend too much time sitting there staring at your screen. Make sure you actually go into the bathroom every now and then, okay? Don't want to just sit there forgetting about it way too much. We're going to actually put the doors on this side, because then the window is there. These people don't get a window. Too bad. Oh, excuse me. Whew. All right. These people get 3 windows. Wow. Look at that. Okay. So let us, now that we've got that set, do I actually want to have the cells this size? It's pretty small. Admittedly, they're quite small. Let's get a couple things and check something. I need a bed. We're going to go with the, you know what? We're going to go with gray beds even. Just going to make everything very unwelcoming. There's your 2 beds. Yep. Your little brick table in the corner. You get a shitty brick chair. You get a shitty brick chair. Give you a table of some kind. Let's just do like, well, let's do, I know I can do like nether brick for the, you know what, actually I can do, I can do that for your table built right into the wall. Then we'll even do a pressure plate. I know I have to, yes, a polished black stones. Bam. There's your table. Your shitty table in the corner. You don't even get a bathroom. No, you don't even get a toilet. No wall toilet. Yeah. So there's our shitty jail cells. Man, that's a garbage jail cell. Okay, so it'd be, I mean, you're in there. That's your jail cell. That's what you get. Wow. That's terrible. Okay, and then we want, give me some glass. We use the light gray glass is what we've been using for everything. Okay, I don't need this right now. We'll grab that back in a second. And then I also need iron doors. Okay, and a button. And we'll do the light gray buttons so you can actually see the fucking thing. Okay, there's your button. You open your cell. Nope, I don't like the cell on this side. I want the door there. Thank you. So there we go. Shitty jail cell. Yeah, that's not good for someone to be in, but there we go. There's your window. You get some light, but you can't really see anything. Cool. And then once you're in, you're in. Okay. I like that. I'm happy with that. We got the glass here. Put the glass in here. Kind of want to do glass right there too, even. Just so that there's a little more light kind of situation here. Okay. I think that works. These guys are also going to have a button, or a special door. The button. You know what? Actually, it should be a lever, shouldn't it? Instead of a button. Let's go with the lever. The lever will make a lot more sense than a button. So we can actually leave the door open. There we go. Now, see, I'm noticing a problem here. So if we open this door, it's also going to open that door. If we were to say, you know, put a lever right there. Yeah, that kind of, that's not great for security. Well, it won't have a lever here anyway, will it? Because that door would open from in here. So we'll go ahead and just leave it like that for right now. I need to make this so that it opens somehow. Well, maybe we use pressure plates on the inside for the doors on the way out. Oh, you know what? I already got the pressure plate in my hand even. Yeah. Okay, so that way you can get in that way. We use pressure plates for these just for getting out. But then once you're in here, you gotta have these guys open the door for you. Or somebody open the door for you. Right? That makes sense, I feel like. Who the hell's calling me? I'm not answering that right now. I'm in the middle of a stream. Leaving me a message. Okay, so then down here, we're actually not going to put doors here. We will have doors, obviously, are going to be here. With the, let's get them pressure plates on this side. Door. And we'll put a lever here just for right now. But just that way we can functionally move around in here. Put a lever here as well, so for the same reason again, so we can actually like walk through here while we're building stuff. Okay, this section again gonna have those, and then from the inside there'll be just some pressure plates. No big deal. Here, with the lever, I don't think the lever should be on the outside. It should definitely be on the inside. Okay, so somebody has to let you in here. We'll just have a regular door here. That's no problem. That'll just be a regular door. Okay, there we go. We're getting somewhere. Oh, we are getting somewhere. It is so warm in here. 66 degrees my ass. It is not 66 degrees in here. I'm warm. It's 72 outside. Oof. A little warm. American units. Fahrenheit over here. We use American units here because America. Alright. So this will just be a regular door. It's fine. This is just, whoops. This is just for the prison guards stuff. Not a huge deal. Regular door is fine. These, no doors. Here, definitely a door. Again, we're already outside the prison at that point. Or we're already like way deep in the security of the prison at this point. So I don't feel the need for an airlock situation here. We'll even, in fact, do this. So that way they can get in and out like that. I'm not going to put pressure plates on the inside. I mean, we'll put pressure plates on the outside just for ease of walking around. And then over here, lever for right now. And this one's too narrow, I'm realizing. It is one block too short. So let's, in fact, open this up just one block. There we go. Actually, what? No, that's fine. Yeah, we'll leave that like that. Okay. Oops, no, I want that here, actually. Again, there will be no way through there. Okay, so then... Okay. Hang on. My favorite little glitch. Let's see if I can make it work. Yes, okay. Good. Alright. There we go. Back to creative mode. Okay, so all the doorways are sorted out down here. Cool. You know, I'm actually gonna put a lever here just for right now. Again, so that ease of use while we're working on stuff. Okay. So then we've got this kind of lobby space here. I guess this will be for the prison guards to hang out for a while when they're working. Or whatever. Okay, so we got our little walkway space. I don't want that to be there, actually. Okay. Here we go. Now, these cells. I did want to kind of have, instead of having a door, I want like the glass. So you can actually see into the rest of the, you know, the prison, so you can see what's going on in there. But, I mean, I guess a lot of jail cells really aren't that easy to see into. We're going to, you know what we're going to do like this. I don't like how this sits, so there's no window right there. I may adjust this just a little bit. Let's just move this over right there. We'll put that right there. We'll put that right there. Okay. That's fine. Just that way they don't window in here, you know? Also, I don't like where the window sits in the room, because it means that I have to have the beds on the side away from the... See, I wanted to have it all on one side, but if I do that here, then the bed's in the way of the window. And that means I need to have the beds here and the table over here somehow. Alright, I'm gonna leave the doors off for right now until I get these cells sorted. So if I put the beds here, right, like we were doing, get the bed there and there. Okay, then we still need the table to be like here, right? They still need a table. It's gotta be here. But then you can't get to the beds. I don't like that. But then if I have the bed there, it's in front of the window, which I don't like that either. So I moved the window over, I guess. That's what we're gonna do. So we'll just hop onto the outside here. That'll be interesting. Okay, we'll just do it like this. Whoop, shit. Okay, so we're gonna let's put that bed back. Okay. So we're gonna window. It's gonna be here. There's the window now. Got it. Give me that. Okay, there's that window. We will adjust the windows here to make sure that everything is in the right spot. Okay, so everything that's not got a window on that wall needs to be moved. So this one, obviously, we'll just block that up. That one's fine. This one needs to go here. That one's fine. This one needs to go here as well. Okay. From the outside, fix these. We'll just do it like that. Perfect. This is on the back side of the building anyway, so it's not like people are really looking at that side, right? You know, there's not a lot of looking at that. Not a huge deal. Now, these corners, I think I'm gonna have to get rid of these, but I just want to leave that like that. Is that gonna be an issue? Is anybody gonna even care that that's like that? You know, I've set a precedent to have it filled in if there's nothing there. So we'll go ahead and fill it. And that'll be fine. It's okay if the windows are a little bit uneven. They don't need to be perfectly even. This isn't about what it looks like from the outside. We may even, in fact, move this one over just so that way these ones are like evenly spaced. Because why have it all janky if it doesn't need to be? Oops, that's not the... There we go. You know? And then on this side, we could do the same thing here. We could adjust these so that way it's a little better. We can get rid of that one. Get rid of this. Move all this over. So it's in like that instead. Be a lot better. How's it look from the inside? Yeah, that's way better. We have evenly spaced windows across this room. Perfect. From the outside, again, it doesn't really make any difference. Like, yeah, you see that it's like that right there, but like, so? Okay. Not a huge deal. That's just where the windows line up. Okay. Perfect. So these are just going to be kind of our basic cells down here. This is the lower security prison section. These guys aren't such a big deal. This window's still in the wrong spot. I think I moved that one into the wrong spot. That's okay. We'll fix it. It's fixed now. Okay. There we go. Yep, because all the windows need to be on that. It's part of the wall. Got it. There we go. Fixed. Okay, there we go. Again, you know, it's not like anybody's going to be seeing that all that much there, so it's fine. Okay, there we go. All right. And this just uses the outside wall. Perfect. There we go. All right. I don't want to use the brick for the seat. I want to use... I do still want to use deep slate, but I'm going to use the polished deep slate stairs for the seating. Okay. Everything else I want to look like it's just built in. Like, this place is just... I mean, it's just gray. Yeah, welcome to prison. Welcome to jail. It's not fun. You're not supposed to be enjoying your time here. Not supposed to be nice and pretty. It's a jail cell. What we'll do, since there isn't one, we'll have to make like a communal bathroom, like in this corner maybe. We'll just take part of this and build like a little bathroom here. Do it right here. Make the door here so that way the guards can see into it easily. Okay. There we go. And it's just going to be very basic there as well. And no privacy because you're in jail. Okay. Cool. So there's that. And let's run this up here. It's going to be our bathroom space. I've made toilets in this city already before. Let's go see what we did for that. For our toilet. Toilet. Sitting on a toilet. Sitting on a toilet. There's actually only one bathroom in the entire city so far, and it's here in the inn. It's this room right here. We made a bathroom. There's our toilet. This is the only bathroom in the whole city. Excuse me. All right. So that's fun. The only bathroom in the whole city is that. And now this one. Okay. Now I don't want to do the same. I kind of want to actually even do something even more kind of gross. It's like right over the intake space. I was going to say, it'd be really cool if I did like just a pit toilet, right? If we just did a pit toilet. Whoop. I don't know what just happened there. Okay. If we just did like a pit toilet situation, it would be kind of... It'd be kind of gross, right? But like also would kind of make sense. It's like, yeah, just go in there and do your business. But you can see that from below, right? I don't like that. And I'd have to skin all this ceiling with some... I don't want to do that either. So let's not do it that way. But I do have another idea with something we can do. And that is make use of hoppers. Whoop. We're going to have them like stuck into the wall like this, right? Like that. And that'll be our toilets, if you will. Can I put a pressure plate on top? I can, but I think a trapdoor would be better. I think let's just do like this one. There's our toilet lids. Maybe we should have toilets on one side and like sinks on the other or something. Let's get some cauldrons. There we go. And then we've been using tripwire hooks for our faucets, if you will. So that'll be, there we go, toilets and sinks. Cool. All right, cool. That's our bathroom. There we go. Done for that. Okay, now the ceiling. Obviously, we want to keep the theme that we've been using going. Let's see. Do we want to just skin it with more of the black stone, or do we want to actually do something a little different? I have enough space. I kind of want to do a full block roof, so I could do whatever, literally whatever I want I can put up there, and then I can skin it with something else on the inside. I'm gonna make a 2-block high roof before we put on the like fancy roofing. Because what I want to do, I'm actually gonna go ahead and do this part right now. I want to run some, actually, you know what, I'm gonna even do it with, I'm gonna use the red nether brick actually, and we're gonna do a whole ring of red nether brick across the top on the outside here. Again, just to help tie everything in together. And I may even do something like this and just put a bit on the corner. We're gonna have to make some crenellations up here as well, along the edge. That's fine. That's kind of why I want to do this, make it thicker. Okay, so there's that. Yep. Okay. I guess we'll just let's keep with the Blackstone theme, just to keep it really dark. And here it is a prison after all again, or a jail. We don't want it to be all happy and light and cheerful. Nope, this is supposed to be like, hey, you're supposed to be miserable in here. You're not supposed to want to be here, so let's make it miserable. We're going to do exactly that. We're going to make it a just miserable place to be. Now, like I said earlier, though, we can, because of the way this is set up, right, this gives me a lot more space up here. I have a whole block. This is going to be tall, but I want that for in the cells, right, because we've got the bed right there, so it'll be okay. It'll work out. It's going to work out fine. After we do this, we'll start working on the structure for the lower section. After we're done with the roof and the crenellations and stuff. If we have time. We have about an hour left, so we'll see how far we get. We'll at least try to get the stairwell down into the lower section before we have to go. And then we can start fleshing out some of the actual interior parts of this structure as well. But yeah, I think our jail is actually quite nice. This is probably one of the most accurate things I've built in the game so far. Like, hey, this is actually what a jail's like. The American jail, anyway, if you're wondering. This really isn't that far off from American jails. Now, usually they have the toilet. Your bathroom would be in your room. But since we don't have the ability to do that with this design, we're just not doing that. It's not happening that way. We're actually gonna do just like a big glass archway right here across so that way the guards can see what's going on in here in the bathroom from across the way. And there's not gonna be any doors. It's just gonna be like this. So that way there's no hiding from the guards, even though they're all the way over here. They can see you and be like, hey, you stop that. Right? Okay. Cool. All right, back to the roof. Back to roofing structure. I don't know what's up with my frame rate. It's just been all over the place today. Really kind of a bit annoying. Sorry, guys. I've just been trying to ignore it, but it's getting really stuttery now. To be fair, it's probably because I'm streaming music while I'm playing, and I'm playing the game, and I'm recording, and I'm streaming all at the same time, and I don't have enough RAM for that. I've only got like 16 gigs on this hardware setup. I do need to expand that. I need to double my RAM at least. If not, go for a 64. Excuse me. Whew. This has been one of them days today. I'm just making all kinds of noises. I mean, we opened the stream with some dad noises coming out there. Okay. Alright. There's our roof structure. Do I like that up there? You know, I honestly don't really like the red nether brick up there. I'll be honest. So we're gonna pull a side down and put it up the andesite and see if we like that better. If we do, we'll put the andesite up and then go from there. Honestly, I think I do like the andesite already. I think I like it better without the red accents. Yeah, it just looks better without the red accent across the roof there, across the roof line. That's okay. Maybe we'll use that for our roof. Since you won't be seeing any of that from the inside, you'll just be seeing it from the outside. I think that could work, actually, if we just did a red nether brick roof across it. We've done copper roofs. We've done regular nether brick roofs. Have we done a wooden roof in the... No, we did quartz. That's a quartz roof over there. Copper, obviously. Regular nether brick. Lots of regular nether brick all across here. A couple other copper roofs. Yeah, we haven't done a red nether brick. We'll do the red nether brick just to make it stand out a little bit. So that way you know what building is what. One of the things I want to do when I finally make this an actual like RPG server, I want to make it difficult to get elytra. I want them to be pretty heavily restricted. I don't want it to be so easy that people are just like giving it away to new players and stuff, you know? Like, they should be an in-game item as far as I'm concerned. You should have to move around via manual means a lot more. And work your way up to having elytra. It's too easy to get elytra in most servers, and I don't like that. So we're going to make it not that easy, hopefully. That's my plan anyway. Will that annoy some people? Probably. Do I care? Not that much. Not that much. If they're inconvenienced by something that's supposed to be an inconvenience, then like I don't really have a whole lot of sympathy for somebody who's heavily inconvenienced by that. That's the point. Supposed to be. Okay. Get started on this roof structure here. And let's come across to this side. And 1, 2. And then there we go. Whoop. Remember, we are putting crenellations along the outside edge. So that's why I'm bringing this in a little bit. Because there's going to be a structure coming up here. We're going to use just stone brick, I think, for it. Just as something different. Or maybe raw andesite, or maybe even diorite, actually. Probably diorite, because I haven't been using a ton of that on this structure. It's primarily andesite and stone break. With a lot of blackstone. Just to keep it dark. Because we wanted that darkness. We wanted it to be a very dark darkness in here. Not bright. Bright is not correct for this. It should not be all bright and cheerful. No, it should be dark and mysterious. Going to prison shouldn't be a fun time. Shouldn't be bright and cheery and happy. No, you should be upset and frustrated. Annoyed that you were there. Because it's jail. Actually, this one needs to be this. Yeah. And then we'll just use the pressure plates on the outside, but only on the outside. So once you're in, you're in. kind of, we'll do that like that. There we go. Okay. Here's our door to jail. Nobody wants to go through the door to jail, but here you go. And then here's the, hey, I'm trying to pick up somebody from prison or from jail. Oh, here they come. All right, let's go. Back out to the city. Got it. Okay, roof time. Back to the roof. Quit distracting myself. Okay. Oop. All right. I like using these shallow pitched roofs for these big buildings because it just helps with the scale of everything. You know, like when we got this one, if this had been a higher pitched roof, it wouldn't have worked. It works on this building because it's not like a huge building. I feel like we pushed it a bit with the inn and tavern situation over here. I feel like there's more roof than building in some case. It almost appears that way when you look at it from certain angles. Now, that's also because a lot of the building's covered up by landscaping. This one is a bit of an exception. This is a huge building. And we did make use of that attic space for storage and things. This one has not been made use of. I actually want to go through and change some things on this one, so we may do that in another episode, or I might do it off stream. I'll go ahead and show what I'm talking about since I'm over here. But on the upper floor of the the bar here, we've got just, you know, this attic that's empty. So it could easily be turned into something, or at least opened up so that this upper room feels really, really big. But right now it's just kind of there. I might actually set it up to be more storage and stuff for the bar, but I need to come up with a way to make that look the way I want it to. So I'm holding off on that. That may be something I do off stream, or just maybe I'll do when I'm cleaning up parts of the city. Maybe I'll come in and do that in that area. We'll see. Oop. Okay, cool. That's going to be a nice, easy thing to do here. Good. This is looking good. I'm happy with how this is coming out. Whoop, dip, 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 too far. Do 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 do. Beep 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 boop beep. Oh, too far. Okay. We got this one. Okay, now I'm tempted to do something here where we kind of open this up a little bit. Do we want to do that? I mean, that would be... Yeah, I don't know if I want to do that across those parts anyway. Maybe we kind of restrict it down a little more. We keep this side closed off. And then we just kind of open up this part. I mean, if I did that, what would be the purpose, right? For ventilation, I guess? Temperature regulation? I mean, there's all the windows, which are not a window. There's bars. So do we really need to do this? No. I don't even want to. We're going to keep this closed up. And we're going to make this upper section look like it's not open. Because it won't be. Okay, cool. what we're actually going to do, we're going to go grab some just regular old stone brick. We're going to go in one from the end. And we're going to stone break up this section here. And we're going to do the same thing on this side. Whoop. Excuse me. Okay, one from the end. There we go. Okay, and then I honestly want to do it like this. I want to do just a nice kind of more, we do this kind of thing. Just for visual depth, a little bit there, but also just for, I just like that better. Okay. I'm actually tempted to do something like this, where we open that up a little bit, and then we get those iron bars again. We put those iron bars right in there, like that. Very good. Yep. Okay. Oop. There we go. Iron bars in there. Okay. So empty all this stuff. Now, what are we going to make our crenellations out of? I think I said that we were going to use... Oh, the pale oak is in now. Oh, the pale forests are in now? Hey. Okay, cool. I didn't realize the pale wood was added. Oh, hang on. I have a message I need to respond to. Okay. Responded. I didn't realize they had added the pale wood. Let's... What does the pale oak sapling look like? Okay, so they have added like all the pale wood. Obviously, I don't have the texture for that because I don't have the updated version of my resource pack. But I want to see what these look like. We'll get the vanilla version of it. That's okay. Pale moss. Ooh. What is this? Pale hanging moss. Pale oak leaves. Okay. Is the hanging moss, does it hang or does it like... Oh, it does hang like that. That's actually really nice. So I might have to use that in some spaces. Okay, then we got what? Pale moss? Well, that looks better than the regular moss in my resource pack. So, okay, pale moss. That's interesting. Pale oak leaves. Well, we'll just grow one of the pale oaks and see what they look like. And get some bone meal. Bone meal. All right, come on. Yeah, come on now. You're telling me you can't grow that here? How about here? Is this gonna work? Or can you grow here? Do you not grow with bone meal? How do you work pale oaks? How do these work? Do I not bone meal a pale oak? Are they very particular? Pale oak. Pale oak. Not the paint color. Minecraft. Generate some pale gardens. Naturally generated pale oaks have a chance of containing creaking hearts. Trees have a similar shape to dark oak. Okay, got it. Grow pale oak by placing... Oh, it's 4 in it. Okay, got it. Oak shrubs having never contain creaking hearts. Of course not. Wouldn't expect them to. Appearance. They look like dark oaks, yep. Pale gardens. Blocks and items. Pale oak logs, pale oak leaves, pale hanging moss sticks, pale oak planks, strip pale oak logs, creaking hearts, and resin clumps. Planting. Okay, plant on everything. Okay. Cool. So it's one of them bigger trees. It's one of these bad boys. It's one of these things. There we go. How's that look? It just gave me regular oak leaves, didn't it? No, it gave me pale oak leaves. They're just not pale. Oh, okay. I do like the falling leaf animations. Those are very nice. Okay, neat. We'll just go ahead and rip this back. That's cool. I wish they'd added that before I started making the custom trees. Because then I could have made like big ass pale oak trees. But that's alright. What does these look like? We got the there's what all that looks like. There's the door. Hey, the door is actually kind of nice. I'm not gonna lie, I like that door actually. Okay, so we got this. There's the. Okay, that actually looks kind of nice. I can definitely see myself using that in one of the districts in the city later once I have an updated resource pack. All right, y'all are all gonna despawn. Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. So that's cool. Neat. We're not using it for this, but that's cool. Glad that's a thing. Can make use of that at some point. I'm gonna use this for that. Okay. So now we've got the conundrum of we've got to crenulate. Let's see if it fits. Okay, it doesn't. That's okay. We already knew that it probably wouldn't. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that an even number? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's not. Should be there. Or that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, like that. Okay, that's fine. Not a big deal. I'm liking the music today. It's a nice vibe. Hell yeah. All right. Yo, that's so good. I like how simple it is, but it gets the job done. You know, it sells the look that we're going for here. And that's the idea that we wanted. All right, looks like it's gonna work out the same way here again. It's fine, not a big deal. We'll just have a double wide section there in the center. It really doesn't make any difference. We've done that before. All right. Okay, I want to make this easier for myself. We're gonna do up the corners with the lighting. Okay, that works. Works for me. Okay. And we already know on this side it's gonna be a little bit janky. Where's that double wide space? Right here, in fact. Perfect. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. Yep. 5, 6, 7. Yep. Yep. Perfect. Oh, wait. Okay, that's all four corners. That's all of that set up. Now this one, we are going to keep with the shorter crenellations instead of doing the big tall ones, like the extra set coming up off the top. No, we're gonna keep them short on this building. This building looks super sturdy though, my word. Okay, I'm happy with how that came out. Also, I'm not liking this stone brick here. We're gonna pull that out. We're gonna swap it for the diorite. It's gonna look a lot more in character with the building. It's gonna make everything look a little bit nicer, in my opinion. My open onion. I mean, what? Okay. Then we're going to do something like this. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3. We're just gonna throw a bunch of light lanterns up in here. Just gonna throw a bunch of lanterns in here. I'm not gonna space them in a particular amount. They're just gonna be there. Okay, cool. I like that. And then we're gonna do something here. We're gonna go deep slate tile. No, that's not tile. Give me the tile. Tile. Okay. Then we're gonna skin the whole roof in the deep slate tile. Okay. Because I like having like that. So you can really see down in there a lot better. Okay. Oh, something I do want to talk about. There's an update for Robocraft 2 playtests coming out that I'm not excited about. Yay. I'm sure we'll check it out at some point. We may check it out on Saturday for a little bit. I'm not sure. Potentially, anyway. But it's adding another weapon type from the original game called Tesla Blades, which I don't like. They're kind of cheesy and not really good. And then it's adding, what else was it adding? It's adding a couple other things that I just really don't like. It's changing up the way that that you capture things and that you can test a capture, which I don't like the way they're doing that either. If I'm being honest, I just don't. Sorry, I'm changing something here because I realized I didn't like the way it was looking. We're gonna see how it looks like this. I think I like that more than what I had. We're gonna do that just to make it lighter in here. Just add a little more diorite to the situation. I think that helps. Okay, so it adds some weapon, or a weapon I don't like. It changes the capture system to a way that is like parts of it I like, parts of it I don't. Basically what they're doing is they're making it so that with the captures, it has segments, right? So every 25% of capture, you get like a segment secured. And that segment will be captured even if you were to start contesting, right? Like it won't go back all the way down to 0. It'll go down to, you know, say you get 28% and then you get pushed off, it'll go down to 25% and stay there, which is fine. But I don't like the way they're changing contesting. over to now. If you hit somebody while they're on the capture point, it counts as contesting. So if you take damage while you're trying to capture, then it counts as like being contested, and I don't really like that, honestly. I'm not a fan of the way that's gonna work out. I don't think it's a good thing for the game, but nobody asked my opinion, so whatever. But realistically, it's not a good thing. It is partially a good thing, but it's really just not a great thing at all, I don't think. I also don't like I don't like the Tesla blade weapons that they're adding. They're not a good weapon. They were in the OG game, and I never liked them in that one either. I used them a little bit, but they're really just cheesy. They have like the damage of a railgun, but they're a melee weapon. So you just like use the boost module, and then you boost up behind somebody and slam into them, and then they'd die, and it's really annoying. And I can see that being extremely frustrating with some of the AI. So that's not fun. But, you know, what are you going to do about it? I guess I'll just have to play it and see how it works out. Because we won't really know until we play it, will we? Alright. Let's do something like this. We're going to kind of... Actually, I want to leave that right there. I don't want to do that there. Okay. There we go. I also kind of want to round out this corner here. We're going to do something like that. Just a little bit of that. We'll do a little bit of this action over here, too. We'll do a little bit of a... kind of a rounding action there. Okay. Cool. We've got the space, so let's do it, you know. Okay, so now for this area, I think I'm just gonna actually do, we're gonna do like this. We're gonna come up, I think 3 of these potentially. That's what I want to do. And then I want to grab this capping material. We're gonna kind of cap over it like this. Okay. Then we're gonna make it look like it's got an andesite foundation. Oop.
Well, here's the sleep shop's answer.
No. Oh, so annoying to place these sometimes. Okay, there we go. There's gonna be our kind of yard space, if you will, which we have already established you can just get right out of easily. Oh no, we can easily sneak out of the prison. Whatever shall we do? Okay, cool. So there we go. Now we gotta get some lighting in here. It's very dark. We do that so that way you can tell that's the stairs. It's very dark in here though. We're gonna fix that up a little bit. Add some lights. Make it a little. It's gonna be dark in here no matter what. But you know, we can get a little bit of lighting in here. Kind of fix it up a little bit. Okay, there we go. The light right in the center of this room. There we go. We'll put one over each of the cells. Hello, zombies. I don't care that this building or that this space is getting filled with monsters. It's actually totally okay with me. I want it to be. Because I want this space to be kind of one of the dungeons, if you will. Oops. In the area. Excuse me. There's going to be some stuff to do down in the lower cells, especially. Okay, that works. That works. There we go. And then, wait, where's my lever for this door? Just for while we're working. There's a lever. Okay, good. And yeah, that one's fine because it's an indoor, not an outdoor. Okay, cool. And now we've got this space down here. So at least get those stairs down into here. I need more light. It's really dark, so I'm going to use the regular lantern and not the soul lantern so I can see. So I'm working with black blocks in the dark, and it's just, oh, it's messing with my head, making things difficult. So let us, excuse me. Here we go. I think we need to kind of, we're gonna do something here. So this is gonna be a platform right there, and then we're gonna have to come down. This is gonna be like a giant spirally thing. This staircase is gonna have to be a big spiral. It's the only way it's gonna work. Basically, I want it to be spiraling around that. We'll just do that. We'll go around that. It's gonna be a 2-block spiral going down. Will that even work? Can I even do this way? Or do I need to get out the slabs and do it the slab-arena way? All the zombies walking around upstairs. It's funny to me. Oh, shit. Yeah, I don't think this is going to work, actually, the way I'm thinking it will. Or the way I was hoping it would. Oop. Yeah. I mean, this we can adjust this. That's not a big deal. This is just a hole. We can make the hole any size we want. But like, will I have enough down to get under this by the time we make it there? We're gonna find out. Do I want to do this with slabs, or do I want to keep doing it with stairs? Make it like a square spiral. I think if I remember correctly, it winds up the same amount of rise and run no matter what I choose. So, oops. So I mean, okay, yeah, we'll be able to fit under there. Good. Okay, cool. We're gonna do it this way just because that's how I want to do it. I kind of want to just like go straight down now from here. Let's do that. I mean, this space I want to be for our kind of worst of the worst criminals, as it were, so at least for the ones that are kept in the above the city. Okay. All right, it's so dark. My God, it's so dark in here. I can't really put any lights in here either, the way I was hoping I would. Okay. We'll work on lighting and stuff later. For right now, these are just going to be work lights so we can see what the hell we're doing down here. So my God, it's dark. I mean, I could put on night vision, but, you know, for right now, we'll use lighting. So that way we can see what's going on with that as well as we build. Okay, so we already established that these are our stairs kind of going up. a bit annoying to walk up and down, but that's okay. Then we got this, just kind of go straight here. Because we're going to come this way. And then it's going to come down here a little bit. We're going to kind of cut this out, make it look natural. Okay. And the regular cells are going to be here, right? Regular cells are going to be over here. And then our solitary confinement's going to be down here. Down like at the end down here. We'll dig out that way and let's see what we got around. Spectatore mode. Okay, yeah, we've got room to build our solitary confinement here. What's going on here? Is that actually like a one block? Did I at some point go straight down from here to see what would be there? I must have. All the way down to lava too, what? I don't remember doing that. But it's there. Somebody did it. Whether it was me or not, it's there. Interesting. Okay, I don't remember doing that. Somebody done did it. That's alright. So this is going to be our solitary confinement side over here. Then we're going to have our regular cells over here. I won't be able to dig too far this way. That's okay. We can flub it with the landscape over here. We can do a little bit of flubbery. Or I might just have to dig this down a little bit more. You know, kind of make it a little bit lower. So that it's just sitting underneath this space here. Or maybe we just have like a branch coming out this way and have our cells out here and then come out over here and have some cells here, but just not put any on this side. Not sure. We'll make it work. We'll figure something out. Okay. So we've kind of got our rough staircase in. Let's clean this up a little bit. Oh, we're in the wall. Okay, fixed. Let's clean this up a little bit. We're gonna clean up these walls here. Make this the walls that we want to see. We're just gonna square it off in here. That's fine. Not a big deal. Not gonna hurt anything. Gonna make it way more convenient for working. Okay, so there's the in up there, and then you got then you get that way, and then you got down here. It's gonna be the like prison cells. Got it. These are the long-term prisoners kind of place. Down in here. If you're sticking around, you're coming down here to the bad boy zone, if you will. Okay. Let's fix this. Let's use the regular lanterns down here. It's dark as hell. So we're gonna use them. Okay. We're actually gonna kind of build this out. We're gonna flesh this out to make it look like it's supposed to be here. Okay. We'll do the same thing back here. We're gonna kind of square this off. Again. Okay. And then here, we'll do it as well. Did I mess that up? No. Okay, good. Okay, so we've got kind of our square tower. Oops. Okay. We're actually gonna towerify this space here. So it does in fact look like a square tower coming down into this chamber. What we'll do is this space in here will be for like the guards who work down in this section of the prison cell or the jail. Excuse me. Oops, didn't mean to break that. That's fine. Not really a big deal. Okay, so we're gonna clean this up just a little bit for right now. We're just some basic cleanery. Okay. Right. Okay, and then we wanna close this off on this side for that. There we go. Okay. Perfect. That works out. Boom, and then you're down here into this section. Okay. Now we're gonna make this look like it comes right up to here. Just like that. Perfect. Then we're gonna cover up all this dirt too. We're just gonna no more dirt. Just stone down here. Okay. That's gonna be our prison or our jail down in here. Cops and robbers map nearby. Oh man. Oh, somebody left a comment on my post about recreate cops and robbers map nearby. Well, Biz, maybe I will. We'll see what happens. Okay, so I think that's going to be a good spot for us to stop today before we get too invested in what we're doing here, because we've got a lot to. Whoa, that's a big amount of gravel. We'll clean that up in a minute. Do the same thing here. Just wanted to kind of open up those holes in the ceiling so I can patch them. Do it like that. We'll do that. That's fine. Okay, so there's our. We'll clean that up next time. So what we're gonna do next time when we get in here, we're gonna start working on this lower section of the jail. These more long-term holding cells, the stuff that we're gonna put down in here. We'll go ahead and make this the level for this ring that we do around here, and we'll put cells like into the walls, just some small ones, just like upstairs. They won't be big. And then down here is going to be our solitary confinement. So we're going to have like the same size rooms with just one bed, and they'll probably be shorter. They won't be so tall. We'll have a few of those kind of on the corner here. We'll open this space up just a little bit, and we'll have that kind of in the corner. And then, of course, we've got our little our spawner down here. So we're going to make this area very dark down in there, because I do want this to be a little bit of a dungeon, a place where people can come and fight monsters to gain some XP, to grind a little bit. They won't be able to turn it into like an easy grind fest. They'll have to actually fight stuff, but it's not the end of the world. Let's be real. I don't want just an XP farm for people. It will be an XP farm in a way, but you actually have to work at it. Okay. So today we have gotten the upper structure of our jail, not a prison, just a jail. For the Seaside District completed. That's going to be all of this that you see here. We have, actually, I'll go ahead and go right in the front door. So we've got our little lobby area. So if you're picking up a prisoner, hey, okay. I don't think it's going to be giving me any prisoners. All right. So then there's the lock for bringing prisoners out who are being released. Okay, no big deal. And then on this side, we have our intake doors. So you got the intake, we got our intake space, reception area, and then we've got another lock, which again the clerks can see into. We've got the space for the clerks, a little space for them to keep their personal effects, and then their little workspace here. Okay, and then this area here, we may also have as like a prisoner intake situation, or like a space for emptying out prisoners' pockets, taking all their goods and stuff. Of course, before we move them back into the rest of the jail. And then we've got, down here is going to be our like actual like long-term holding down in here. Okay, no big deal. We've already talked about that just a second ago. And then upstairs, we got our like short-term and low security area here. We need to put some tables in here and stuff still, so that there's like places for them to sit and do things during the day, eat their food, whatever it might be. That can all happen over here. We've got our room for the guards, which obviously we need to flesh out to have all the stuff that you would expect. And we've got all our cells, which we don't have any doors on right now. We're about to fix that right now. We're going to go ahead and just throw these doors right on in there. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, and then we'll get the levers. No, I want the levers. The lever, please. The lever, thank you. Bam, lever, 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 lever. Boom. Okay, so there's all the cells with their doors. We did, a pretty standard jail cell. Because of the size of them, we didn't put an in-cell toilet, but we do have those here. We have a little bathroom here, which is straight across from the guard room and has a glass wall, so you can see right on in there. They ain't got no privacy in there. Of course not. They're in jail. You're supposed to be monitored regularly. Okay, and I'm really happy with how that's come out. We've got a lot of stuff done there. I think that's looking quite nice. Let's do a little bit of something here. Let's clean this up just a little bit before we go, because this is bothering me that I left it like this. Okay, there we go. That looks a lot better. You won't see that from down here. Nope, can't see none of that. Oh, you can't see that one. Oh shit, I guess we'll have to deal with it being that. Oh no. Okay, so there's our jail, our little kind of city jail right in here. Oh, and then the yard, of course. You gotta have space for some outside enrichment, you know. Which, of course, due to the battle damage. Now, it doesn't make sense for there to be a hole there with this building right in front of it, right? So we've got to blow up this building a little bit. And we'll do that after we finish fleshing it out, which will be it'll be the rest of this week. We'll probably be working on the prison and then, like, the surrounding stuff here. But for now, that's going to go ahead and do it. My name is The Wicked Bird. You can find me here on Twitch Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, 3 p.m. Central U.S. You can also find all of my VODs uploaded on my YouTube channel at The Wicked Bird. I post them the same day that I stream. So if you missed something, go ahead and hop on over there. Give it a watch. Like I said, we'll be doing this all week. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And we'll see you on Wednesday. Wait, before we go, hit all the buttons, do all the things, like, follow, subscribe, do the stuff, check out Chill Hop down in the description below. Okay, see you later. Have a good one.